G'day you beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at Twin Blast stats and my build for him. If you're going to enjoy this video, please hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of my build, or if you have any questions whatsoever, and subscribe for more Paragon content. With that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, if we take a look at Twin Blast stats real quick, we'll see that he starts with 475 health, gaining 64.03 to end up at 13.71, 64.03 per level rather. His health regen starts at 1.2 and ends up at just over 4. He starts with 225 mana and ends up with 897, which is plenty for a ranger. His mana regen starts at 0.8 and ends up at around 2.5. Being a ranger, he starts with 18 basic armor, gaining 2 armor per level for a total of 46, which is the highest stock amount possible for a hero. His ability armor starts at 20 and ends up at 30.5, which is standard for all the heroes. Twin Blast basic attack deals 50 damage at level 1 and 68.2 at level 15 as he gains 1.3 damage per level. His power scaling is 0.8, which means that for every 100 power you equip, his basic attack gains 80 damage. His cooldown is a 1, meaning that he can attack once every second and has a range of 1200 units. Moving on to his rapid fire ability, you will see that at max level it will do 45% damage per shot to enemy heroes, but these hits are almost instantaneously, and they can crit and provide lifesteal. This means that all 3 shots add up to 135% of one basic attack, which is nothing to turn your nose up at, and it can be used to animation cancel every 7 seconds, which is increasing your DPS quite a bit. Next up we have his grenade, which at max level does 125 damage with a power scaling of 0.5, meaning that at max build you're looking somewhere towards the 225 damage mark. So it isn't a great ability to use mid team fight, but it is great for long range poking on enemies while they're on their towers. They're relatively cheap ability mana wise, and you have 3 charges which you can use 1 second apart, and each of the charges will come back every 8 seconds. The ability that sets him apart from the other rangers is his dash, which allows him to cover 550 units very quickly. Although it isn't a huge distance, it is enough to get you just out of the enemy's reach. You can maximize the distance traveled by first jumping and then dashing while going down a hill or off a ledge. Lastly, we have Ventilate, Twin's ultimate. Although it isn't the best ranger's ultimate, it does have its uses which revolve around engaging fleeing targets that are outside of your basic attack range. The ability shoots 30 bullets at a range of 2600 units, which deals a total of 660 damage if you land every shot, which is quite hard to do. Ventilate has a power scaling of 3, which makes it seem like it would be a brilliant ability, but still manages to feel like he's spitting wet noodles at your target. Having said that, Ventilate is definitely better than his old ultimate. If we look at Twin Blast as a whole, he has a very good skill set, but is hindered by his basic attack, which compared to Murdoch does less damage at level 1, has a lower power scaling, so it does less damage when you put your cards on. It gains less damage per level, so if you're not putting any power on through your cards, it still does less damage than Murdoch at level 15. He's almost saved by having a faster base rate of fire, but he doesn't actually gain attack speed per level where Murdoch does. So yeah, I don't really get the idea behind evening him out compared to the other rangers. I don't actually feel like they've done a good job in that mark, but all that said, he's still a very good hero provided you have a good build that you can use. So let's take a look at my build for Twin Blast. Okay, so here we have my Twinshart build. Okay, so as per usual, starting off with the Archmagus, there is no need for extra health on a ranger. I strongly recommend you take this on your rangers. It's a very good prime card. Now in here I have 2 cast tokens and a healer token. I put a healer token on every one of my heroes, but if you want to get rid of it, or you want to get rid of a cast token for a bump juice or whatever you want to do, I rarely ever use these, so just use whatever you like. Okay, so I'll start the game off with 2 Madstone Gems. Both of them have 3 minor casts, so I'll actually start the game with a Madstone Gem and put a minor strike into it, and that gets me a little bit of a head start. Okay, you can, if you want, replace these with 6-point Micro-nukes, 6-point Adamant Edges, whatever you like. I just feel like having 5-point cards that give you damage and a little bit of attack speed are pretty good for the start of the game. Okay, so the next card I'll take is a Spirit of the Rifthunter with 3 minor wounds to get us to 24% crit chance. Okay, it's very, very helpful early game, especially considering the next thing that I like to go for is my crit bonus card, okay? So we mix in these 2 Madstone Gems and then we grab our Spirit of the Rifthunter. And then it's... You have to trade off whether you take your ward now or you take it earlier or you take it after you get your crit bonus. But anyway, I'll leave that up to you. Wards save lives, so consider taking them as early as you can or as early as you feel like you need them. Okay, so next card is our crit bonus. Now, the footage that you would have seen in the background earlier was my old build where I actually used a attack speed on my crit bonus card. I have switched that out since, and I go for the Blade of Agora now. So whichever one you want to use there is fine, but I feel like Blade of Agora is better because it gives us more damage. Okay, so next we have 2 Spirit of the Rifthunters, a Guardian's Ward, and a Micro-nuke. Now, it doesn't really matter which way you get this done, okay? One Spirit of the Rifthunter you want to have 3 major wounds on, definitely. Okay, and then your other Spirit of the Rifthunter is just to get you a free 12 crit chance. Okay, so you're putting all damage on that, and then your Micro-nuke gives you another free 4 crit chance. You're putting all damage on that, and then you have your Brand of the Ironeater, which gives you another 4 crit chance, and you're putting a drain, and a lesser drain to get you to 20 lifesteal. But that is the build altogether. I know that was a bit funny. I actually lost the footage of this and had to try and repair it, so it is a little bit dodgy. I know it's probably shaking in the background, so I apologize for that, but I will put the build in complete order in the description down below. So if you do want to see this actual build and be able to make it yourself, just pop into the description down below and grab it from there. So as I said earlier, if you did enjoy this video, please drop me a like, leave me a comment as well, let me know what you think, or if you have any suggestions on fixing it, and subscribe for more Paragon content. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I love your face, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.